Thanks for dropping by. My name is Angel and I am your Manilenya sa Isla, and on this video, we're gonna be doing a Q&A. This is not about me, this is about El Nido. I actually posted, sa stories yung may question, chuchu. So I actually posted something like that last night, and I asked the followers if they have any questions regarding El Nido, specifically visiting or residing here in El Nido. And here are some of the questions, and we're gonna answer that in this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Just hit on the subscribe button, tapos pa-like na rin po, and comment if you have additional questions that are not included on this video so that we can answer all of them on the next videos. First question is from Sir Meljun. Shout out po sa Kamandag TV. Thank you, Sir Meljun, for the question. The question is, ano ang pangunahing hanap buhay sa El Nido? So, before mag-pandemic, tourism talaga ang hanap buhay ng mga tao dito. They are either tour guides or nagtatrabaho sa mga hotels, sa mga restaurants, sa mga bars. So, almost everyone here is focused on the tourism industry. Nung nag-pandemic at nagsara na lahat ng mga hotels at restaurants dito at nag-shutdown na rin yung mga tours, the local people shifted to something else. Like, may mga nag-gardening na, may mga nag-farming na. And then some of them bumalik na rin sa fishing. And then luckily for us na walang background sa agriculture, we actually had the BPO dito sa El Nido that recently opened. It actually opened in the middle of the pandemic. And yes, continuous po ang hiring dito. So, if you are interested to be part of Saitel, the only BPO here in El Nido, please let me know para ma-refer ko kayo. Next question is from Miss AC, the Wandering Cat. Hi! So, ang question niya ay, okay lang ba ang internet sa El Nido? How about hospitals, groceries, malapit lang ba kayo? So, to answer your first question, if okay ba ang El Nido, pinasok na kami ng PLDT fiber. Meron na ring globe na fiber dito. Ang problema lang dito ay dahil dependent si PLDT fiber sa mga poste ng kuryente, which is kind of unstable. Kapag nag-down ng isang poste, technically nagda-down na rin sa internet now for a couple of days. Globe, I haven't heard any issues with Globe so far, but the only area na sakop ni Globe ay yung medyo along the highway. So if you are residing somehow a few meters away from the highway, medyo hindi na kayo sakop kagad ni Globe nun. But I think they're already working on it. Hospitals, ang layo ng public hospital dito, it's like a few kilometers away from the town proper. At public hospital siya, wala kaming private hospital dito. That's actually one of the issues here in El Nido kasi wala silang specialty doctors except for OB. So meron silang paanakan. All other specialties, wala sila dito. You really have to go to Puerto Princesa, which is like 5 hours away from El Nido in order for you to be checked up kapag meron kang kailangang specialty. We have private clinics though. So before we have 3 private clinics, pero yung isa dalawa yung nag-shutdown dahil na bankrupt. May isa na lang na natitira, which is a dentist clinic. And then groceries, wala kaming major groceries dito, wala kaming mall. So ang meron dito, abot kaya, which is parang 168 ng Divisoria, ganun yung style niya. And ang tinda sa loob ay mga made in China na products, yung mga cheap Divisoria products, ganun. Pero groceries, we have a very small Mercury drugstore inside the Leo estate. But aside from that, yung ibang groceries ay yung mga, private, mga small grocery stores na medyo pricey. We have Drugman, for example, and we also have Comprendio. Yan yung mga maliliit na groceries namin dito. Lipat tayo pwesto. The next question is from my sister, Angeline. Hello. And she asked, how do you handle the cost of living? It's not a secret anymore, no, na ang taas ng cost of living dito sa El Nido. What's actually making it hard is ang baba ng basic salary for the local people, which is 320 per day. versus the cost of living na napakataas. Before, medyo kaya ng mga tao na sabayan yung cost of living kasi bawi sila sa tips. Ganon. But now, medyo nahirapang mag-adjust yung mga tao. Ako, personally, nahirapan dito sa El Nido kasi ultimo yung mga basic commodities napakamamahal. Ang bigas ay 50, 55, ang itlog 10 piso. So, ang mantika, isang bote ay 35 pesos pinakamura. So, medyo nahirapan ako. Hindi ako sanay sa ganong presyohan kasi, sa Manila, hindi naman ganong kataas ang presyo. Medyo tiis-tiis. Simpleng pamumuhay, sabi nga nila. Yung kapitbahay namin, they have their own garden and sometimes they give out vegetables. At nakakatulong yun. We also had to shift our diets into something simpler like isda, ganon, or gulay. Ang isda dito ay napakamura lang. We have special fishes like for example lapu-lapu or maya-maya, which is just around 160 to 200 pesos per kilo. And then dito ko nakatikim ng mga pinakamasasarap na isda na 120 to 150 pesos lang per kilo. Na pag binili sa Maynila ay napakataas. Sabi ko nga sa mga previous posts ko, ang natitikman ko lang sa Maynila ay ulo ng maya-maya pag sinisigang na magkano sa grocery, 300, 350 pesos per kilo. Pero dito, ang 200 namin, buong katawan na. At pwede namin gawin lahat ng luto na gugustuhin namin. Adjust lang talaga. So yun. Tsaka thankful na rin kasi we have a job here that is making us sustain the lifestyle. Question from Miss Charlene Antonio. Her question is, what's the hardest part about living in the island? I'm still thinking about, kasi since I started living here, I try to take everything lightly. Siguro ang mahirap lang nung umpisa, struggle, nung nag-lockdown dahil walang trabaho, nawalan tayo ng source of income. Pero aside from that, ayun, may naisip ako. The governance here in El Nido. So, as much as I don't want to comment about politics, iba kasi yung kalakaran dito sa El Nido. But I'm not gonna dwell into that. Probably another hard part of living in the island is yung kuryente, no? Napaka-unstable. Ang dami ng appliances na nasira ng paleko dahil sa patay sindi nilang kuryente. Gladly, ang aming refrigerator ay buhay pa. Pero malapit na rin siyang bumigay. Konting kislap pa ng paleko. Malapit nang bumigay. Ayun, may isa pa. Water. So, not the drinking water per se, but the tap water. So, hindi ko alam yung tawag dun, pero may term sila dun parang hard water. Most of the residents here, they have their own balon. So, doon sila kumukuha ng water nila for their everyday use. Actually, may mga kakilala akong walang balon. Sumasahod lang sila ng tubig galing sa bubong. Tapos sinasala lang nila. So, that's what they use to wash their clothes and to take a bath. Kami, personally, merong balon na provided ang aming landlord. Tapos, may nakakonekta lang na motor. Tapos, yun na yung ginagamit namin for everyday use. Though heavy ang residues niya. So if you, for example, after bath, iwanan mo yung CR ng basa, after a few minutes, meron na siyang parang mga mancha sa tiles na naiiwan. Lipat ulit tayo. Another question is from Nikki. Hi Nikki, I miss you. We miss you here. So her question is, when will the borders open? I honestly do not have any idea kasi everything is dependent on not just the local government unit but also the decision of the national government per se. So, so ngayon wala pa. Sorry Nikki, but we hope to see you soon. Question from Lakwatcherang Nina. Hi Nina! So, her question is, let us know what is the advantage and disadvantages of living in El Nido. I was actually already thinking of creating a different video for it, yung pros and cons of living here in the island. Pero briefly sagutin na kita kagad. I have the pros and cons, di ba? First, abundant, affordable fishes, like what I mentioned earlier. We are loaded with natural sceneries. The islands, the beaches, the most beautiful beaches, the most beautiful islands is just a stone's throw away from our place, you know, a few minutes drive kapag nasa-stress, dagat. El Nido is very blessed with sceneries from the north up to the town area. We have Sibaltan, we have Nakpan and Duli, we have those beautiful beaches, we have waterfalls, we have Kuyaw-Yaw, we have Nagkalit-Kalit, and we also have some hiking destinations like Mount Mansilawit. We also have Taraw Cliff, and those are the things that you can visit aside from doing island hopping. Another advantage here in El Nido is that it's a very small community, no? Lahat nagkakausap-usap online. Actually, most of the information about El Nido we get from the groups and the pages. I think another important advantage of living in El Nido is that we have a very fair weather and that we have zero earthquake here. So, bilang nasa pinaka-west part tayo ng Philippines, hindi tayo masyadong dinadaanan ng bagyo. Though we are kind of affected ng abagat at amihan, hindi ganon kalala yung effect niya sa weather ng El Nido. Right, for example, now it's September. Kung hindi ako nagkakamali, dapat maulan na. Pero dito, we still have fair weather and we're enjoying it. We're now in the island, enjoying the weather. And probably lastly for me, which is very important, it's easy to live a sustainable life. We actually have an LGU memorandum about banning single-use plastics here in El Nido. Kahit papaano, no, we have a community that's very conscious with their wastes. So it's not very difficult to adjust. As per the disadvantages naman, ayun, tulad ng nabanggit ko kanina, we don't have any specialty doctors. We don't have any clinics that accredits health insurance. So for example, us with Saitel, we have MaxiCare, but we have to go to Puerto Princesa just to use the MaxiCare. We also have limited food choices and pricey market finds. So, yun, yung cost of living nga medyo mataas, tapos medyo limited lang yung vegetables na makikita sa market. So for example, pag nagpunta ka ng palengke, ang makikita mo lang ay patola, upo, kalabasa, yung mga ganun lang, kangkong. Pero yung mga usual Baguio vegetables, bihirang-bihira, tapos sobrang mahal pa. Another disadvantage, which I think is very important for us employed people, walang government offices dito, walang SSS, walang NBI, walang PhilHealth, walang Pag-ibig. So if you need to update something, it's either you go to the website, which I don't think, they accept updates on the website, or you really have to visit the offices in Puerto Princesa. Still Puerto Princesa. Lastly, we only have 2 banks here, so we don't have very much options when it comes to local banks. We only have BPI at Metro Bank. We have a lot of ATMs though, mostly Euronet, but for the local ATMs, we have RCBC, we have BPI, Metro Bank. The charge is from 15 to 18 pesos per withdrawal. I prefer walking na kasi we are down to the last question. And the last question is from Ateng Official. Hi, Ateng! Thank you for the question. The question is, ano po ang process ng paglipat sa El Nido? At saan ka sa El Nido? So, I am personally residing in Villa Libertad, which is like 10 or 15 minutes away from the town proper. And ano yung process para lumipat dito? Actually, wala naman eh. Dali mo lang yung mga gamit mo. Parang wala naman, actually. So, yun. Ano ba yung process? Iniisip ko kung may process ba. Wala! So, maging ready ka lang sa sa yung mga sinabi kong cons kanina. If you have to process anything urgent, gawin na kagad sa Puerto Princesa before kayo officially lumipat dito sa El Nido, because kapag kailangan yung maglakad ng mga papeles, kailangan yung pumunta ulit ng Puerto Princesa. So, ayun, unless kaya nyo naman, afford nyo naman ng pamasahe, which is 500 one way, then push. But no, there aren't any special process in living here. Anyway, nasa Pilipinas pa rin naman tayo, di ba? Ayun, and I appreciate the questions. Thank you so much. And I hope you got some ideas about living here in El Nido as a local, or about living here in El Nido as a Manilenya. So if you're from Manila, I highly suggest na lumipat na kayo ng probinsya. I-decongest na natin ang Maynila. Ano? But not just here in El Nido, we have a couple of other provinces that you can choose from to live, to settle. Ako, personally, I don't see myself living in El Nido forever. Like, we have a lot more provinces that I am eyeing on. So, ayun. For now, dito muna tayo kasi may trabaho, nabubuhay, masaya sa mga destinasyong napupuntahan on a weekly basis. And hopefully, when everything improves, if the governance improves, then maybe I can stay a little bit longer. We won't know the future anyway, di ba? Go with the flow lang tayo. And again, guys, I hope you subscribe on this video. If you have other questions, please let me know. You can always comment down your questions so that we can answer that on the next vlogs. Thank you!